Help me saddle up, boy. I want to tell you a story. Come on. A long time ago, in a country so far west it's almost due east of here, there lived a big stockman with a beard so long it reached down to his belly button. His name was Job. Now, Job had 7 sons and 7 daughters, over 7,000 head of fine cattle and sheep, not to mention a considerable amount of camels. Job was top dog with the Lord because he was so hard-working and righteous. And the Lord had never lost a chance to brag on him. Made a point of telling the devil about the old man, about how he hated evil, fought temptation, and most important, how he never lost his faith in God. Well, the devil switched his tail and laughed. And he allowed that Job was such a good man because everything was going his way. Just give him some trouble and he switched sides in a hurry. Well, the Lord thought this over. And then he said he'd give the devil a hard dollar against a penny worth of brimstone, that Job would keep faith with his maker, no matter what trials were put upon him. Well, the devil set some rustlers onto the old man's stock. And he called up a big wind that knocked down his house and killed all his children. The old man's beard turned white with grief, but he held steadfast. So the devil reared back and saddled him all over with festering boils. But Job was as miserable as a man could be. He got himself a piece of broken junk, sat out in the corral, doctoring his boils and shaking ashes over his head and bewailing his fate, wondering why the Lord had forsaken him, until finally 3 of his friends came up. And they told Job that wailing about the situation only made it worse. And it looked to them like he'd sinned somewhere along the line. And why did he repent? Job jumped right back at them. He said he'd repent when he had something to repent about. He knew he'd been good and righteous, and while he might complain about his lot, he'd not lost faith with the Lord. Oh, that my words were now written and printed in a book, graven with chisel and granite rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand beside me later on. That's how the old man put it. Well, Mark, the devil was plumb wore out, so he just tossed in his chips and quit the game. And the Lord was so proud of Job that he restored all the old man's children and his house and his camels and sheep, and he gave him over twice as many cattle as he had before. And Job lived 140 years, happy as a bird dog, and finally died, being old and full of days.
Makes our troubles look kind of piddling, don't it? But I guess if we were to come down with boys